Greetings and welcome to another edition of Tool School. I confess to having a little trouble threading my needle these days, getting that thread through the eye of the needle. And it takes me a little bit of time, and it takes me twice as long if Mark is not around to do it for me. True story. So I have been investigating needle threaders, and so far the Sewline threader is my favorite. So let me tell you what I like about it. There are lots of little features that they've included in this threader that make it really useful. First, they have put a magnet at the bottom of the threader, which is really kind of handy. So if you're needing to pick up your needle, like sometimes it's a little harder to grab, all you have to do is touch the magnet to the needle and voila, there you go. That's kind of handy. And you can pick it up and you're ready to go. The end of this needle threader, actually the cap comes off. So you take it off and it has a nice little storage space for you to store your needles. So I've got a nice little pack of brand new needles, and what I'm gonna do is just gonna open it up, I'm gonna pop it in there and store my needles so that I have one whenever I need it. If I bend one, I know that I have an extra right there in my needle threader. So let me tell you how this little gadget works. This threader has this pink button here on top, this little trigger, and you push it down part way and you slide it to the right or toward the end, and it unlocks this, exposes the needle contraption, the threader system. So here is the hole for the needle, and that's where you're going to place your needle. This particular threader is good for needles sizes 9 through 12. I like to use a pretty small needle with a small eye, and those are that particular size. If you use larger needles, say a 3 to 8 in size, you're going to want to purchase the white threader because those larger needles will not fit through this particular hole. So I'm going to pick up my needle and I'm going to insert it in the hole. When you insert it in this hole, you want to try to make sure that the eye of the needle is facing upward when you put it in. So I'm going to stick it in there. Once it's in, there's a magnet on the inside that holds that needle in place. So your needle doesn't fall out, you don't have to worry about bumping it. It's good to go once it's in there. So then let me point out, there's a little groove right here alongside that threader. It's a V-shaped groove, and that is where you place your thread. So I'm gonna grab my piece of thread. I picked black just so that hopefully you guys could see it. And I'm gonna lay that thread just really easily in that groove. Once it's in that groove, you are going to want to gently depress the trigger, just as a test to see if there's any resistance. And I don't feel any resistance. If you feel resistance, that means that the eye of the needle is not facing up, and the threader wire cannot push your thread through the needle eye. So if there's resistance, all you need to do is take out your needle and try to put it back in again with the eye facing up. If you force it, what's going to happen is you're going to bend that needle threader and you're going to need to replace it likely. They do sell a replacement cartridge that just includes that needle threader, but why replace it if you don't have to? Just be gentle with it in the first place. So to thread my needle, I'm just going to depress the trigger just like that. I think it went, yep, depress my trigger just like that. And I am going to gently pull out my needle, and can you see that? It is threaded. I've got it threaded easily, quickly, and now I'm gonna just pull the end out and I will be ready to go. It works that simply. When I'm done with it, I'm gonna just move the slider to the left to protect the mechanism from damage, and I'm good to go. The bonus pack that they've included with this Sewline threader is really kind of cool too. It's this nice little cartridge that contains 6 needles. There are 3 embroidery needles and 3 quilting needles. And they've done a clever little thing, which is they've magnetized the top so that when you take your needles out, they're already on the top, ready to go. They're not going to fall out, you're not going to lose them. I place my needles in with the sharp side down to the magnet so that I don't poke myself, and I can easily just grab the needle size that I'm looking for. I love that little addition to the threader. So I highly encourage you to give this threader a try. If you are struggling with threading your needle, It's a great little gadget that you are going to want to add to your toolbox. So we have them here at Stitch. We have them online. Feel free to shop however you like. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, give us some Facebook, Instagram love, and thanks for watching.